Welcome to the BackPageLead Vidcast, and we're here today in the forecourt of the MCG, Ash.
The Cathedral of Sport, Charlie.
With the great DK behind us. We're 3 days out from the Boxing Day test, so here comes a motorbike here, that's great. So in 3 days' time, we would be absolutely trampled to death here. They'll get 90,000, I think, or more.
Well, at 90,800 is a record, and early in the week I was a bit doubtful they'd break the record, but given the hype and the excitement, the fact they're selling standing room tickets for the cricket, that would suggest to me that they're going to get, they could go very close to 90,800, which would be fantastic.
I think even on day 2, the members behind us have sold out for all the visitors' tickets for day 2 and even day 3. So, a big week in cricket, Ash.
It's going to be fantastic, and primed for a great series. It could be decided here, but it could also be Australia winning and then take it to Sydney.
Look, there's been a great debate this week on sledging and its place in the game. Apparently Australia's regained its mojo on the back of a fantastic sledging performance, Ash. Jimmy Anderson seems to have been the arch villain of the piece from the English side, and he's got Australian backs up. What do you think of that notion, the fact that we've got to sledge and got to have that kind of intimidation factor to produce our best?
Well, I think it's the Ashes. Anything goes, anything works. I think if that's what's going to help the Australians get take the 20 wickets they need to win the test, so be it. They need to do something because they hadn't shown much for the first 2 tests. I think Peter Siddle, the Victorian, and Matt Pryor, the keeper, have also been going at it hammer and tongs. So that should bode well for this test if Siddle plays.
The man behind us obviously wasn't too bad when he had the gold chain flying around the place. It wasn't actually bad at the snarl and the sledge. I thought we'd kind of refined our ways a bit in the last couple of years, especially since the Harbhajan Singh Andrew Simons affair a couple of years ago, but apparently not. Apparently, according to the Cricket Players Union chief, that we really need to do this to produce our best, and I, for one, don't get it.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I guess the Australians haven't been as beloved as they might have been, because they too easily sledge. But I think desperate times, desperate measures for the Australians, so that's what they've resorted to. It certainly hasn't helped. It hasn't harmed the promotion for the game and the build-up for the game. Something extra on top of what's going to happen on the field. So I think it's the way. It's what Australia needs to do. So best they get on with it and try and win the test.
Okay, let's look ahead to the match. I think I picked Australia for the series, and must have say I was slightly concerned after day 1 of the last test when we looked like we were going to be blown out of the water. You might have gone England, Ash?
I went England. I went a drawn series with England holding on to it. I said 2-2. So we've had the draw, and so now the next 2 tests have to be decided a particular way. This is going to be a tricky one. I don't know whether it's going to be, with all the rain we've had in Melbourne and the discussions over whether they've switched pitches, that sort of thing. I'm not sure it's a 5-day pitch. But again, Mitchell Johnson is a key, I think, for Australia. Mitchell Johnson, the smart people on cricket are saying Mitchell Johnson would have taken wickets on any pitch the way he bowled in Perth. And he's also, the other thing about Mitchell, he's a streak player. He doesn't tend to play well for one test. He tends to play well. That's why he's won the Australian Cricket of the Year twice, because he goes in a bit of a tear and does it for a few matches in a row. So if he gets on top early, if he can take a few in the first day, Australia will be really in the box seat.
He's a bit flaky, isn't he? And the boy Beer, will they bring him off ice? I mean, I know you've been out to have a look at the wicket this morning, Ash, and you've stuck your key in it. What's your assessment of it? And will they play 3 quicks and Beer or 4 quicks?
Well, I think the traditional way to win Melbourne, Charlie, is to play the 3 quicks and a dedicated spinner. So I think Beer, as some like to call him, is a very good chance to come into the side.
Not Beer.
Beer. It's the Israeli pronunciation.
Excellent. Well, look, I think Australia has the momentum after that win in Perth. I'm not sure that I'd necessarily back Mitchell Johnson in for another 6-wicket haul. I think they should go 3 quicks and a spinner as well. I reckon they might go 2-1 up going into Sydney, and then perhaps Graham Swan to do a bit of damage in Sydney.
Well, Sydney, that's right. Sydney, where Warney did so much damage for so many years when he was the world's best spinner. So, but let's concentrate on Melbourne first. I think Australia to win this match as well. No certainty to win it in Sydney, but a big 5 days of cricket coming up.
Okay, look, BackPageLead will bring you reports every day through Jonathan Howcroft. This is our penultimate vidcast for the year. We will also be doing a year in review. But thanks for joining us throughout the year, and we look forward to your company next year, and Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and enjoy the cricket.
What's that in Israeli?
Yeah, there is none.